Friends, happy Monday to you. Happy Monday and welcome to a new week. This is the last full week of the month of August. How's this month been for you? It's a pretty auspicious month. I think that there's been lots of different energies. Of course, we had all that powerful Leo energy, but here we are for our weekly check-in. And of course, this is our session for motivational mindset tips. Motivation for mindful mindset mastery. That's what we're all about here. So we're going to use, I like to check in and use the letting go card, and we're going to do a tarot card, and I like to use the healing with the angels because they give us some loving support around this whole idea of mindset mastery. I believe that all of our life purpose, if you like, or what gives us meaning, is about really deeply understanding, knowing, loving, and accepting who we are at the core. And before I get into drawing any kind of cards, I actually really like to feel into what's happening with the moon, because the moon is one of the best ways to follow the flow of your inner guidance of who you are at the core. Who is the truth of you? That's why I kind of like to check in with the different phases. And there's four main phases that I like to follow with this. And that's the new moon, the first quarter, the last quarter, and then the full moon. And each time there's like a little chapter that we get to sit with. So what we're going to be getting affected by this week is, and it doesn't happen until I think it's Friday. It's 5 days from now. It's a new moon in the sign of Virgo. So perhaps this week you could develop a wee bit of a mindset of Virgo is about wholeness, about finding your sense of balance and harmony and feeling grounded, empowered, safe, secure in who you are at the core. So perhaps you could start seeing if there's any areas where you feel a wee bit out of balance, there's any kind of discombobulated energies about what it is you're doing or saying or feeling like you have to or you should, because this new moon, and new moons are a really pivotal time because it's about sitting in the darkness, the dark new moon. New moons are dark, but it's about sitting and being peaceful and okay with your emotions, whatever they may be. Of course, whenever I say things like this, and if you do get a wee bit caught off guard or you need some support or some guidance, please let me know, because this is not intended to be difficult. It's intended to flow through you. So if you have any questions or need some more guidance, put it in the message below or message me directly. So now, all that being said, so new moon in the sign of Virgo, and of course the other thing to be very aware of is the ruler of the sign Virgo is Mercury. So this is all about communication too. So are you communicating and using words that support, that tell the truth of who you are and what you want? And so maybe this is a wee bit of a reset too. So I really encourage you throughout this week, look at, can you shift your verbiage? Can you speak lovingly and kindly and boosting your own self-empowerment? Can you do that within you? That's the big piece. And then also, how do you describe yourself to others? How do you talk about yourself? Do you talk with kindness, with love, with self-acceptance? Because here's the piece too with this new moon in Virgo is it's time to accept all of you. Yeah, that means the warts and the flaws and the things that you maybe think, oh, I don't want to even own that this is here. Self-acceptance is a really, really big piece, and it's super powerful to do it during the new moon phase, like this. So take a deep breath. Let's all just land into this moment. And with this idea of using loving, beautiful words to speak to the sacredness of you, the core essence of you. And I'm going to pull one of our letting go cards. The letting go card system is a set of 44 ideas, aspects, things that we can let go of in order to maybe arrive a wee bit more at that sense of flow or ease around what it is we're trying to feel. And so that's what I'm saying, is that we're heading towards spiritual wholeness, integrity, ease, balance, truth about you. So let's see, what can we focus on letting go of in order to facilitate that? And this is perfect. It's limitations. So perhaps you could use that as just sitting in and see, where do you limit yourself, or where do you not accept something about you? You know, when we accept, it's not saying you're going to keep it, or that you, even if you don't even have to approve of it, it's just saying it is what it is. So perhaps you have a limitation that's kind of created a bit of a wall or an obstacle. This is the perfect time to just visit it, acknowledge it, and see, can you let go some limitation or some limited verbiage that's coming up as you talk to yourself or about yourself. It's very important, because like I said, that Mercury energy is all about the words, communication, the intent. And when I talk about words, it can be the words that come out that you actually use, but also what's going on in your head. Not so your thoughts are governed in this area as well. So time to do a wee bit of a reset. Let go of limited thinking. Let go of limited ways of describing who you are, what you are, where you're going, who are you. Nice deep breath. So as I was just feeling into that, about this idea of getting into that sense of wholeness and peace, I've just been shuffling the tarot cards. So let's see what wisdom the tarot card's going to. This is beautiful. So it's the Knight of Swords. Now, a new moon is not about taking action. Knights in the tarot are about moving forward. But here's what I think this is kind of saying to us, is that use the energy of the new moon to really get clear on those words and on those thoughts, because swords are all about thinking and air movement, that kind of thing. So perhaps this could be, you're only allowing yourself to keep the thoughts, the intentions, and planting the seeds, because once you get into that sense of balance and ease and truth and authenticity of you, then the energy of the Knight of Swords is going to help catapult you into that new way, or that new level, that new chapter. So really important and auspicious energy with that Knight of Swords is saying, yes, I'm going to go ahead, but I'm just going to pause for a wee minute and, like I said, sit in the darkness and really be okay with all the emotions that you're feeling. Have a wee visit with them, feel them, breathe through them. And like I said, if you have some emotional issues or emotions come up that become a little bit too uncomfortable, or it feels too discombobulating to even go into it, then please do reach out for support. You can reach to me, you can reach to your healer, your coach, your mentor, things of that nature, because if you start feeling stuck, that's when you start getting into wondering if you can move through something. And of course you can, but sometimes you might need somebody to hold your hand, metaphorically and virtually too, even, right? So now that we've got this feels like a really powerful week for us. So let's see what the healing, that one really jumped out there. Healing with the angel cards come up. Oh, and this is perfect. So the very first one that's come up, this is the one that jumped out, is romance. You know, when I see this card come up, this really feels like a piece, a nudge, a nod to us to be our own sacred, loving, self-accepting, because the core of each one of us is looking for unconditional love and unconditional self-acceptance. Can you step more into that and really, when you look in the mirror, see what you love? Acknowledge that you are that love that you're looking for. And that will actually help you come into balance. So this is the other part of when we allow ourselves to just sit and be introspective, which is what that new moon energy is, but it's also about acknowledging the wholeness that's already there and really telling ourselves the truth about what emotions are there and allowing them to flow, because that helps with the balance too, right? Flow in and flow out. And what that will actually allow us to do is to listen. So this is actually a really powerful week for that too, that as we come into this Virgo new moon, it's time to really pay attention to the feelings, the thoughts, the words, and can you slow things down enough to actually open up to the guidance is already there. When you ask a question or you start ruminating or wondering about something, your guides, the universe, whatever you want to see it as, it actually answers. However, sometimes we use these limitations and we hold on to them a bit too much, and that actually stops us seeing the answer is there already. So it's about surrendering, letting go, and allowing yourself to actually see it, to recognize it, to be with it. So I trust this makes sense. And like I said, if you need some more support or guidance, please reach out. You can reach out to me or reach out to whoever it is that you trust. Trust in you to find the people and the team that you need to surround yourself with. I wish you a beautiful week ahead, and I'd love to hear how this new moon energy feels for you. I'll be back here again with you next week. Have a beautiful week. Much love to you.